Assalamu alaikum, and a very good evening. I would ask a very simple question. Does any of you have a nagging thought in your mind that bothers you? A nagging question that never goes away? An idea that sticks to you? Do you have that? Because I had that, and I went through that, and I lived that journey, and that is the story I will share with you. But before I get to the story, I am sure many of us would have heard the words create it, or more simply said, do it. We must have heard while growing up from our parents, from our seniors. And though grudgingly at times, we paid heed to that, not like today's generation who may come up with a response and say, why? I know what you're thinking now. You must be thinking and calculating what is my age. But no worries about that. So coming back to the story, and I do have a story to tell. I am an architect, a practicing architect. I graduated. I worked in different design studios, went abroad, and then came back. I had the opportunity to actually join a thriving and very highly profiled design studio from Pakistan. But I hesitated. I hesitated because there was something else that was burning inside me, and I needed answers for that. Then came my mentor, Arshad Abdullah. He asked me, what is it that you actually wanted to do? And I answered, write. Now, the word just write. What is it that you want to write? That was a huge task, actually, because I'm not talking about fiction. I'm not talking about poetry. I was talking about collating environmental studies, cultural studies, impacts of design on our daily basis, how it changes our lives, how architecture, design, and or art works on our psyche, the aesthetics, the functionality, and what inroads does it make when the three come together. I was talking about all of that, but then the next question came, where? And that is exactly what I didn't have, a platform to actually pursue this exploration. And he said, create it. And I couldn't go back. I couldn't withdraw myself. He had liberated me, given me that freedom to actually go for the pursuit of that one germ that was prevalent in my mind for a long time. I had to free it. And he was the impetus that actually made it possible because he believed in me. And that's where, from an architect, wherein we are taught that we are problem solvers and we have to design spaces, I overnight jumped into the business of creating a publication, which I had no background of. I actually have no background of business acumen, and so far to date, I say I'm not a business person. I've just followed my dreams, my instinct, or maybe my calling. And overnight, I started work on this by creating a publication, or wanting to create a publication, by curating the content, by developing a team who would support that. It's not ever a one-person show. You always need to have a team. You always go to people who can strive with you for that particular journey that you are aspiring towards. From the paper, to the circulation, to the management, to the contents, we did everything. And that is how ADA was launched in March 2008, the first journal of its kind from Pakistan, by Pakistan, and the content was all about Pakistan. But that was the overwhelming time. Having the first issue, the first edition in my hand was overwhelming, to say the least. If you have born a baby, you look towards the 9th month coming up. But it's when you hold the child in your hands, that's when you realize the import, the responsibility, the continuity of the journey that needs to go on, because now that it has happened, you cannot ever let it go. And that was the moment in time when I realized, my God, what has happened? How will I continue? But we have. Today, more than a decade later, we are on our 57th edition. And from a quarterly, we are now a bi-monthly. It was never the content. We have a plethora of content in our country. There is much that needs to be documented. There's much that needs to be addressed. There is much that needs to be created and heard. We need to create a voice for the environment, for our built environment, for the built structures. We need to even question that what we are building today, will that be relevant in the 10 years to come? We have an amazing heritage sector. How do we pursue in striving for excellence in the conservation of that? How does design, which is such an important integration in our lives, how does it actually impact us? And that is when we started on the milestone of our decade, questioning us where all we need to move now. From the publication, where else that we need to move and charter our course. And we evolve into agents of change. We evolved into an activist portal wherein we started our dialogue series, Do You Know Your City? Literally and physically, we went from city to city, talking to the citizen, to the students, to the academia, to the professional, to the stakeholders, as to how we invent and reinvent ourselves, how we imagine and reimagine the areas, the communal entities that are inhabiting those spaces, and how we can strive for a better future in sustainability, in giving a better life. And this is when I'm saying there was no mention of any pandemic or anything. We had started that process much prior to that. Also, which was realized in the brainstorming session of the decade, is what is it that we do not honor? And I'll give you an example before I lead to that statement. So that clever device that we have in our hands, which is 24/7 with us, and we are unable to even put it down, that is also a design element. It has impacted our lives. It is now very closely linked and integrated in what all that we do, how all we communicate, actually how all we live in today's time. That is also a design element with a huge range of functionality and aesthetics, and has been designed by somebody and has been engineered by somebody. But why are those names and why are those faces nameless behind those designers, behind those engineers, behind those architects? Why don't we recognize, why don't we celebrate and honor these creative minds? And through that came the ADA Awards. ADA Awards were launched in 2018, and the first award night was held in 1901-19. But from that 18 to the 19, the travel was immense because we had to curate them. We had to set a process that would have met the international standards. It was a huge journey in itself. The awards took off its own entity and has grown into its own realm. It was curated and chaired by the chairs itself, which addressed the disciplines of architecture, design, and art. We had a marathon of juries wherein we were joined in by huge names from the global sector, both locally and internationally. Then we had the advisors. So we had the whole placements put together to make the process of the awards happen, which were the very first of its kind from Pakistan, for the people of Pakistan, wherever they may be situated in the world. Out of 300 submissions that came from all over, and 31 submissions in the first 31 categories. In the first cycle, we gave 18 awards to all the creative minds from the sector of architecture, design, and art, the very first of its kind. And I'm very humbled and honored to say that the President of Pakistan honored us with his presence while we were awarding the very first cycle of ADA. The journey has not been easy, absolutely not easy. Setting precedent where there were none was actually a task in itself. It was no easy breeze. There were many pitfalls. We made hilarious mistakes, and we were taken for huge, greater rides, which is another story to tell. We were ostracized, we were criticized, but there was a lesson in all of that. I would say that is where we realize that how inclusive we need to be and listen to the positive and not so positive energies that come your way. Because you learn from them. There must be something that you may be doing right or not so right or can be done right. So hence, wherein the criticisms came our way, we actually did not take it on that stance. And I think the credit goes to all those energies that were surrounding us, that we were propelled to continue going. And hence the second cycle, which was actually during the pandemic, did happen. Before coming to that, I would still say that although with all the energies that happen, the goodwill, the support, and the belief of certain individuals and organizations cannot be untold. It was through their belief, it was through their support, not just support, it is how they came together and pulled other like-minded people in the family of ADA that we were able to do so much in such a short time. Then came, of course, the strange times that we coexist. And we had the second cycle. And very recently, we have announced the second cycle results of the awards. They took place in 21-03-21. And out of the 38 categories, we honored 15 awardees, which hopefully I hope that we are able to celebrate with them in a physical event, but that is what happened. So far, the journey has been difficult, but if I were to take it, I would do it all over again, no doubt about that. And how and where ADA will take me forward, I wouldn't know. But ADA can only go forward because as a family now we exist, not in the local sector, but also in the global sector. We are recognized and we have strong affiliations and collaborations. And through that, we will move ahead with a research cell that we've been planning. And now that the virtual world has opened up, we are definitively looking forward to that. So anybody who has any voice or any noise wanting to create towards the environment or of the arts or questioning how design impacts us is more than welcome to join us. Do join us, because now you can join us in today's time with all the social media and the blogs and the podcast. And we will, when you lend your voice to us, we will highlight it in our portals, because then you become part of the same fraternity. Not to forget that. So, coming back to my question, what happened to that idea? I'm sure all of us have that. And I would go back to that. Because today what I would have been on the design board. I still am. But ADA took me to places where I had never ever thought of. I was able to meet amazing personalities, amazing mentors, and invited to huge organizations only just because of this ADA. So today, we coexist together. As ADA grows, I grow. And I wouldn't know where it would take me. But I am at peace that together, harmoniously, we have accepted each other and we can move forward. And with that, I would say, do not ignore that voice inside you. Do not let that idea or the germ or the question disappear. Do not stifle it, because only you can make it happen. So create it, do not kill it. Thank you.